नहमदुहु व नुसल्ली अला रसूलिहिल करीम अम्मा बाद औज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम इन्नल्लाहा ला युग़य्यिरु मा बिक़ौमिन हत्ता युग़य्यिरु मा बि अनफुसिहिम. Verily, never will Allah change the condition of the people who do not change themselves. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. My dear teachers, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to St. Harry's School. Those who are coming from Western School and Falah School. Well, we are all learning, in fact. Now the things have changed drastically. All of you have seen what are the changes are there in the previous lecture. I have introduced so many things. Drastic changes have come. Now, how to cope up with all these changes, that matters a lot. And I know most of the people are struggling. But those who are dedicated, those who want to find the way, they will definitely find the way. Let us have a recap of the previous lecture. What are the things we have seen? Just refresh in your minds. What are the things was there? So that we can continue further. Generation gap is there, generational this thing. So Gen Y teachers cannot apply in Gen Z. Some difficulties are there, some modern technologies need to be used. Because as it is, you know, if you want to teach a child, you have to come to the level of the child, then teach. You may be a PhD or postgraduate, anything. But unless you come to the level of a child, you cannot teach. So this is primarily important factor where you should know that whom you are teaching and at what level you will come and how you will teach them. Unless you come to their level, it is not possible to teach them or correct them, isn't it? So since you are teaching in 21st century students, new generation you are teaching, so obviously you have to find out the way how they want to learn, and this has been, we have discussed to a certain extent in the previous lecture, how they want to discuss, how they want to learn through discussion, through working, through trial and error. So many methods were there through which this generation is learning. In spite of our best efforts, things are not turning, they are not obeying, they are not listening, because we are not talking in their language. If we talk to them in their language, they will certainly follow and they will understand everything quickly and much faster what you expect from them. So now let us see what are the things, how we can do it. Now earlier we have been telling that you have to come to the level of a child. That is something lower side. But now it is something you have to upgrade yourself, because this is technologically, you can say, technological generation. They are born with smartphones in hands. And those who are from Gen X and even some of them from Gen Y also, they are not able to operate even the smartphones properly. They don't know all the functions except few, operating WhatsApp, Telegram, etc. They don't know much about this. So we have to upgrade now. So this is the time. Another factor is that so far in the centuries a lot of change has taken place, but the education system remained as it is with very little developments and changes. Same chalk and board, blackboard teaching either under the tree or maybe in the classrooms. Classrooms have been air conditioned, or maybe some now digital boards have come. Little sophistication has come in the teaching also, but not to the greater extent. Because of this pandemic, the complete system is changed. Complete pattern is changed. And that's the reason online system, it is almost flopped last year. Everybody agrees, including parents, teachers and the experts, that online teaching was ineffective. So they started looking for the ways, because we don't know how long it will continue. How long it will continue. And some of the experts like Dr. Misbahuddin and all, they have already declared that things will not come to the level as it was earlier. Means we have to continue with the online system, with technological teaching part. So in these aspects, during this 1 year time, when the rat was learning to swim, I gave the example, they have learned many ways, several ways, through which they can find out the way how to survive in this environment. And certain things are there which we will discuss some of them, because everything is not possible to discuss in one go or two go. Today this is 2 hours lecture. I am trying to combine and trying to finish in 1.5 hour time. So although it was divided in 2 parts, but I have just combined it together because we have less time. Unit test is approaching, and plus you are also struggling, and some of you are doing pretty well. Whatever the concept you have learned, you are trying to find out the ways. So let us go in deep little bit and find out how best we can do it. Tell me, what do you understand by blended learning? What is the blended? Is it a technology or something?
Mixed learning.
Mixed learning, good. What else? Blended is what?
Adapting to the current situation.
Adapting to the current situation. Okay. What else?
Traditional and modern mixing using technology.
Traditional and modern teaching mixing, that is also called blended. But here now in this scenario, when the things are changed drastically, what is blended learning? Okay, we will see this, and before this, what we will do, we will just see a video.
Now, realization of standing of the basic building and calculation of the meaning of your standing you don't write in your review. Now, realization. Sir, shh. Meaning of your standing you don't write in your review. Calculation of the meaning of your standing. Right!
The entire education system, present system, has been wrapped up in this video. This is what has been happening for the decades, not recently. The entire education system, it shows what type of learning is taking place, what type of teachers we are producing, and what the students are learning and how they are doing. Basically, they go to school, they take a degree and come out and they are useless. As it is, we have discussed the most important lessons of your life you have learned outside school, isn't it? Now, luckily, this pandemic has given an opportunity that all the students are in informal environment at home, and naturally you cannot go with such type of teaching where you have to beat them, you have to scold them, you have to ask for the homework, you have to get so many things. This is not possible, and they will not listen to you. The reason is very clear, very obvious. They will not listen to you. Why they should? Because every child, by nature, they want to learn in their own way. So if this is the case, then this methodology is not going to work. So how we will do it? This is what the blended learning, and many strategies, many methods are there for learning, so that you gain control of the class, you gain control over the students, and at the same time their participation increase and they start learning really. It is not merely mugging up the things and reproducing in the examination, take the marks and go. So there are several ways we need to change. We have to correct our way of doing the things. Now during this pandemic time, in a country like India, where more than 76% people don't have access to the internet and otherwise, although internet is available throughout the country, and the biggest example of being internet fond is what? TikTok. They are making videos everywhere, even in the villages. But that's not enough. See what happens. Alone technology will not help you unless you have the ability to operate it. Even if you have everything in hand, a smartphone you might be having, but if you don't know how to operate, how to get the things done, it is good for nothing. It's useless. So plus ability and the technology will help you bring it. But more than 76% people, they don't have access to the technology. In this scenario, the teachers have to play very, very important, very prominent role to come to the needs of the students. And some of the teachers have taken initiative of their own to find out the ways. Although they may not be expert in online learning, online teaching, but still they have found out the way, okay, whatever may come, but the teaching should continue. Pertaining to this, again, we will go for one more video, and let's see, you must have seen, it is very viral on the social media. Start.
देश भर में लॉकडाउन के दौरान ऐसे कई वीडियो वायरल हो रहे हैं जिनमें लोग मुसीबत में फंसे लोगों की मदद करते हुए दिखाई दे रहे हैं। लेकिन हम आपको एक ऐसे शख्स के बारे में बताने जा रहे हैं जिसने लॉकडाउन के दौरान काफी यूनिक तरीके से बच्चों की मदद की है। ये जिस शख्स को आप देख रहे हैं, इनका नाम सुब्रतो है, जो कि पश्चिम बंगाल के बांकुरा गांव के रहने वाले हैं। सुब्रतो पेशे से एक शिक्षक हैं जो कि बच्चों को पढ़ाते हैं, लेकिन देश भर में लॉकडाउन लगने की वजह से वे बच्चों के पास जाकर उन्हें नहीं पढ़ा पा रहे हैं। इस वजह से उन्होंने एक सॉल्यूशन निकाला। सुब्रतो ने इन बच्चों की मोबाइल के जरिए ऑनलाइन क्लास लेने का फैसला लिया, लेकिन गांव में खराब नेटवर्क कनेक्टिविटी के कारण वे बच्चों की क्लास नहीं ले पा रहे थे। इस वजह से सुब्रतो ने घर से दूर एक नीम के पेड़ पर चढ़कर दिन भर बच्चों को पढ़ाने की ठानी। सुब्रतो ने ऐसा इसलिए किया क्योंकि इस पेड़ पर मोबाइल नेटवर्क सही तरीके से काम करता है। सुब्रतो ने इस नीम के पेड़ के ऊपर बैठने की व्यवस्था कर ली। वे रोज बच्चों को पढ़ाने के लिए ठीक वैसे ही घर से निकलते हैं जैसे लॉकडाउन से पहले निकला करते थे, यानी पीठ पर बैग और टिफिन लेकर। सुब्रतो दिन भर इस पेड़ पर काम करते हैं। भूख लगने पर यहीं पर खाना भी खा लेते हैं। सुब्रतो का कहना है कि हमारे गांव में हर जगह नेटवर्क सिग्नल नहीं मिलते हैं। मैं सुबह 9:30 बजे से शाम 6 बजे तक अलग अलग क्लास लेता हूं।
मेरा जो गांव वाला है, मेरा जो स्टूडेंट है, ये सभी लोगों का इंस्पिरेशन पर मेरे को ये काम करने को पड़ा। और एक बात आप लोगों को मैं ये कह सकता हूँ, ये जो सिचुएशन है, लॉकडाउन की सिचुएशन, मेरे गांव का एक प्रॉब्लम है, नेटवर्क प्रॉब्लम। ये नेटवर्क के वजह से मैंने नीम गाछ और पेड़, ये जो पेड़ ये मैंने चुन लिया और इसी से एक प्रतिशोधक क्षमता मिलता यहाँ पर। और एक बात ये है, जो इसी गाछ पर बैठ के मेरे को जो नेटवर्क को जो प्रॉब्लम है वो सॉल्व हो जाता है, इसीलिए मैंने इस डिसीजन लिया। जो क्लास होता है ना 9:30 बजे से 6 बजे तक, इसीलिए वहाँ पर मेरे को सब काम करना होता।
लॉकडाउन के बीच सुब्रतो की बच्चों को पढ़ाने की ये लगन सच में काबिले तारीफ है।
So this is the initiative taken by the teacher himself. It's not that somebody has told him to go ahead and go for all these ways. So what is happening is okay, now we have to find out the ways, and some of the experts, they have given the broadly, they have given the good guidelines. Now further we have to explore. Now blended learning is a one of the methodologies, you can say. There are several ways of learning, and classroom teaching is there, interactive teaching is there, so many ways are there, but blended learning is a mix of all. It's called the blended learning. So we will see what are the things are there in further, and how we can get along with this teaching pattern. Further, if we see what is the future looks like, in your opinion, how the future is looking like, any remote possibility you see in near future that schools will start as usual? Do you see any possibility in the near future, and how it will be and when it will be like? At least for 2-3 years, so there is no chance, looks like, isn't it? And if at all there is any chance to reopen the schools, and the shortcut could be the vaccination. And once the vaccination starts, it will take time, because we have a huge population, more than 100 crores, 125 crores, and so far not even 10% population has been covered, very few. So keeping these things in mind, parents are not willing to send their children to the school, so it is unlikely that it will start soon. Recently in America, just few weeks back, they want their children to go to school, although America is the most advanced country in the world, but they are unable to start the school because all the children have not been vaccinated. So what happens, the vaccination, once the vaccination starts, so that will be a regular vaccination program. What is a regular vaccination program? Reason being, the disease is changing many colors. Now you have taken the injection, it may last for 1 year or maybe 2 years, the effect of the injection medicine, and thereafter you may have to take another dose. But meanwhile, before you go for the next dose, the variants are coming. Black fungus has come, white fungus has come, delta variation, delta plus variation has come. So many variations are coming, and it's not necessary that whatever the dose of vaccination you are taking, it will be effective for all. So what the scientists are going to say, that this dose is not effective for this variant, go for another this thing. So if we go in this way, so it is a continuous process, you can say. The vaccination will continue, and a whole population is not possible that all will get the vaccination. So under these scenes, if you see, this system, that is online teaching system, is going to stay, and what the experts feel, that it will never come to the condition as it was before coming to the classroom. or if at all classes start, so it will be partial class. Okay, those who have been vaccinated, they will come to school. Those who are not vaccinated, they will attend online at home. And that too, the population is so huge, it is not possible to cover everyone. In the last 1 year, as it is, more than 1.5 lakh schools have been closed down, shut down. And nearly 25 crores students have been affected very badly. This is the data. So under this scene, we have to put in our heads, we have to join heads together and find out new ways how we can go ahead with this. Okay, so vaccination program is already over. Now let us see who is learning online. 76% don't have access to the technology. Then what the Odisha government and some other states they did, they started radio program. But unfortunately, even the radio everybody doesn't have. So that program also, and it will not have that effectiveness what the generally students see and learn. So how the things are going on, you know it very well. The government has made several videos, and it is going to the students. Who will teach them? Through videos, it is very difficult for the children to learn. Even for the adults also to learn and understand everything through videos is quite difficult. Okay, the future of education. The future of education is something going to be very, very different. What you have been considering it till now, it is going to be changed. And how it is going to be changed? Everything will not come free of cost, as the parents are expecting. As the parents are expecting, many parents, they have come, children are at home, you are just teaching online, why to pay fees? And without fees, how the schools will survive? What the teachers will get? It is not possible. So what will happen? It is going to be subscription based teaching, subscription based learning. What does it mean? Subscription based. Like you must have seen in Zoom itself, because all of you are familiar with the Zoom. What it gives free, basic offer. Host up to 100 participants, unlimited group meetings for up to 40 minutes, private and group chat. It's a free basic plan. Anybody can use it without any this thing. But if you pay a certain amount, then Pro, all the benefits of free plus, increase participants up to 1000, group meetings for up to 30 hours, 1 GB cloud recording. You can record your Zoom meetings also. Then further it says enterprise. If you pay a little more, then what will happen? It will be all the benefits of Pro Plus, host up to 300 participants, recording, transcripts, managed domains, 18,000 per year per annum license fees. How you are getting these offers in your mobile also? Okay, this is the free plan. 50 rupees recharge only incoming. Then if you pay 150 rupees, then you get this much talk time and this much 1 GB data. And if you are paying 450 rupees per month, then likewise, you know, all the programs. So this subscription based education will be something like, you know, okay, basic through textbook if you are learning, so free it is, okay. But if you want expert guidance with sample question papers, then fees is this much. Further, if you want coaching also, personal coaching at personal level, and solved question papers of the previous years, then the coaching will be, fees will be something like this. So education also may become a subscription based article in the days to come. So this is what is going to happen. This is what the future looks like. We don't know how the things will unfold. But as of now, the things are going like this. So you have to be prepared how the future will look like and what the things will be going on. Then further, if at all the classes started, as I said, so what how the class will look like? That is something, hybrid classrooms we call it, future of education, hybrid classrooms, digital infrastructure. Teachers must be fully trained. That is the basic requirement to stay in race, that teachers must learn all the functions of this digital world, operating laptops, WhatsApp, your mobile phones and projectors and so many things. So you have to be trained fully. You have to upgrade yourself. Even if you either in your own efforts or you join some institute to learn the things and practice it. Because without practice you will forget. So practice is the most crucial and important part if you want to remain in race. So this is what is called the hybrid classrooms. And what is hybrid classrooms is those who have been vaccinated, those students will come to school, and in the classroom itself the camera will be there, mic will be there, and those who are not vaccinated, they will be attending at home. You will be using all digital matter, boards, whatever the things are there to teach. You will be teaching here also, and at the same time those who are not here, they will be attending online. So we have to upgrade our infrastructure, classrooms to that extent. Initially all the schools are supposed to make, this is the management part actually, to make at least one classroom ready for the trial purpose. Once one trial becomes successful, then they can go for 3, 4, 5 classes as per the requirement. They can upgrade the system. Now this class also, what we are talking today now, this is also kind of hybrid classrooms. Hybrid classroom. How it is? Because I am talking here, I am teaching to you all, but some of our teachers who are staying far off, Virar, Vasai, Yogeshwari and other parts, they are attending online through Zoom. Although we are not fully equipped, but somehow we have managed, somehow we are trying to make them understand. They are online attending this lecture right now. Okay, so this is the thing is going to be something hybrid classrooms. So simultaneously they will also be attending, but your pattern of teaching will change drastically. Greatly it will change. It will not be in the same manner what you are giving lectures. The students are noting down what you have seen in the video without understanding, and generally what we ask in the classroom, understand? What understand? Yes sir, yes miss. But they don't understand anything. That concept is changed completely now. So we have to make them understand how the teaching will take place in the days to come. As of now, think 100% is online. So let us find out ways how we will impart education now. Right? Understanding technology. First column, live classes, video conferencing. What last year we have done, we fall in this category. Predetermined schedule focus is on the video, limited interaction, limited student engagement, moderated conversation, screen sharing, etc. This is what we have been doing it, but this is quite insufficient and it proved very much ineffective as far as online teaching is concerned. So what we have to do is, we have to change our way of teaching. It cannot be in the same way what we have been doing it till now. Your lesson planning will change. So far in B.Ed, we have been taught to how to plan a lesson. Teacher will go to class, they will introduce the subject, and they will give the brief introduction. They will do this, and finally finish it. That system is greatly going to change. That I will explain you in the more slides. And something we have to understand here, that you cannot shout at them. They will just switch off your video or the mic and sit comfortably. You cannot shout at them, you cannot beat them, you cannot bring them under control by any means, other means. But with your effectiveness, with your affection, with your love, with your motivation, you can grab their attention by doing something which is interest them, and they will respect you. So what are those ways we have to adopt? One of the important ways is praise, tarif, and that clue we get from our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He is the best role model for all these things. He himself used to call himself as Muallim, teacher. See his techniques. One day after Fajr Namaz, they were sitting in the Masjid Nabawi, and suddenly he said, and all the Sahabas were around him. So he asked, last night who has given the sadaqah, charity? Who did charity? Then again he said, who has done the sadaqah of his respect? Izzat ka sadaqah kisne diya? So nobody got up, everybody was surprised. कि इज्जत का सदका क्या मतलब? What does it mean, इज्जत का सदका? So after some time, after inquiring from all the Sahabas, then again he said, Allah Ta'ala has accepted his sadqa of his izzat, of his respect, and Allah Ta'ala asked me to convey it to that person that his sadqa has been accepted. Now who is that? Then one very poor Sahabi was very much weak in all aspects. He got up, he said, so many rich people are there and they are going ahead by doing charity. They are climbing up their ranks. But he is not able to do it because he is very poor. He is humiliated in the society. Many people have, you can say, disrespected him, exploited him in several ways. So last night I spoke to my Allah Ta'ala before sleeping. I said, because of this, since I don't have money or I don't have means to do any charity, मैं अपनी इज्जत का सदका, जो भी उन्होंने मेरे साथ बदसलूकी की, मुझे ह्यूमिलिएट किया या जो कुछ भी किया है, मैं उसके सदक़े में सबको माफ़ करता हूँ. So it was so prominent that Allah Ta'ala accepted, and through wahi Allah Ta'ala informed Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam that please inform the Sahabi. See here, what the lesson we have to take is, he would have not appreciated in public. The idea is to inspire other people, get the inspiration from this act of his forgiveness. That's the reason he said everything in the public. Otherwise he would have gone to his house, he would have appreciated his efforts. Individually he must have conveyed everything. So this is a basic rule. All of us we know that we must appreciate in public, and if at all you have to correct someone or scold someone, that has to be done in person, individually, not in front of all. You are not supposed to insult any child, and they want respect. All the students want respect. They don't want to be treated like stooges. So this was the thing. Then plenty of examples are there in Islam. One more day he was sitting and he said, now the person who will enter the mosque, he is Jannati. He will go to paradise. Then one Sahabi entered, he was normal, no issues. So everybody kept quiet. Again he said next day again, now the who will enter the mosque now, he is a Jannati. Again the same Sahabi entered. Third day again he said the same thing. So again the same Sahabi was there. So Hazrat Abdullah bin Umar radhiyallahu anhu, he got very curious. Yeah, he is so ordinary person. We don't see him doing something extra. How come Prophet Muhammad has said he is a Jannati? He is going to heaven. Then he went and stayed with him for one full day, full night even. He didn't find anything. He was getting up, he was doing his work and doing all normal work as others are doing. The next day he said, why I stayed with you, because I just want to know what is the reason that Prophet Muhammad has given a basharat that you are going to be heaven. So I just wanted to see what extra things you are doing. You are sleeping as usual, you are not that whole night you are awake and praying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then he said, no, I am doing everything normally, I don't do something extra. Then he said, one thing I do it. When I go to bed, I forgive everybody whatever injustices they have done to me. I just forgive everybody and go to sleep. So this is the act of forgiveness, it will give you also a peace of mind. At the same time, this act of forgiveness is appreciated by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala manifold. So this is the praise. Another way of this thing. How you can motivate the students. Can't we motivate our students by praising them? If something good they are doing, let it be little. As I told you in my previous lecture, efforts counted, not the result. You have to recognize the efforts the child has put in. The efforts are to be appreciated in whole class, without humiliating rest of the students. You people have not done, see he has done. There will not be competition with anybody. They hate competition. They don't want to compete with their own classmates. Then how they will progress? Here you must note that they have to compete with himself. The teachers have to analyze every student, and people are working on it. The apps will come like this. They will introduce you the educational journey of each child. You are here now, next level, or maybe after 1 month where you should be, third level where you should be, fourth level where you should be. So they will be improving within themselves. So far what we have been doing, see he is coming first class, you are scoring only second class marks. We are competing, rather humiliating the students. Some of the students, okay, they take it very seriously, okay, I'll show. Like me, I did something like this. Because I too had a turning point in my life. After 7th standard, I left studies because of this beating under the systems. So one of my colleagues, he was behind me in 7th standard. One month I went to learn the radio job, radio mechanic job. I have learned. I went to the shop, go 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, open the shop shutter, sweep the shop, and then sit and do all this technical work, radio mechanic work. Because those days, this I am talking somewhere in 75, 76. 7th standard I had passed. So I left everything, and then what happened, after doing this, on 20th May the result was declared from the school. So I was coming from the shop for lunch, and my friend, he was junior to me. So since I left the studies, so he came in 7th standard. After 7th I left the studies. So he was in 7th standard when I was learning the radio job. When I came to, and he met me, luckily he met me on the way. He was just 2 days, 2 houses close to my house. He was neighbor, one way you can say. And we used to play friendly. So when he came, he met me, and he told me one thing, कि Khalid, आज मैं तुझसे आगे निकल गया. That sentence pierced my heart. And then I told myself, not to him, but I told to myself, Rajendra, I will not allow you to take over me. I went home, I requested my mom, I want to study. My father refused. No, you will not, you are a dirty egg, so you will not learn anything. And then luckily my uncle is there, my chacha. So he accepted. He said, okay, now you should not run away from the studies and study properly. Then he got me admitted in 8th standard, and thereafter, no looking back, I have been amongst the toppers in the school till now. So that is, sometimes you take it in a challenging way and turn up. Only few do it. So I'm also one of them. So otherwise I would have been a very good radio mechanic, or maybe TV mechanic now. So that was the scene. So that way things are not to be done now. Students don't like. You cannot humiliate anyone, but you have to appreciate their efforts. Okay, good, you have done this much, but I expect that you can do even this much also. Try this time. Appreciation has to be done, and that appreciation has to be in public without humiliating other students. That is one of the important part, must be noted. Okay, so appreciation has to be done. See, again we get the examples from our own this thing. Quran, Allah Ta'ala says, say for example, Ramzan month is there. Ramzan month, Allah Ta'ala inspires us. How does He do it? By explaining Fazail. By multiply the things, how you can do it. If you 70 times, you will get the sawab for doing something good deed. Isn't it? So why 70 times? If Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala has said that you have to observe the fast and you have to go for Tarawih and it's a compulsory, would I have not been doing it? But see how the Allah Ta'ala is motivating us. And if we do it, even if we are not feeling like doing something good, we do it. Ramzan ke mahine mein, most of the people, they give zakat in the month of Ramzan because of this reason. Because there is a motivation for this. And they do it. So significant it is. Similarly, Quran verse you can see, Qadr khairum min alf shahr. कि जो रात है शब कदर की, it is 1000 महीनों से ज़्यादा अफजल है. More than 1000 months. If Allah Ta'ala wanted, He would have said, कि you have to offer namaz full night, you have to be awake and you have to pray for me. It's a farz. People must be doing it. But see how willingly people go, rush. So this is how, can't we incorporate these things in our teachings? Can't we tell the students, okay, we have given you one assignment and last date of submission is say 15th, but if you submit it by 14th, you will get 10 marks extra, and if you do it by 15th, then 5 marks extra, and if you do it after 15th, then no marks extra. Then you will get as much only, whatever you score. Some rewards has to be given. Some rewards has to be shown to the students. How you will come and what benefit you are going to get it. Now in our school, we are trying to implement the things what we have learnt. Like how they should get interest in studies. Let me share it. In our school, what we have done, that whatever the syllabus is there as usual. For example, 3 chapters are there. So out of these 3 chapters, our first unit test is about 50 marks. So out of 50 marks, 20 marks we have gone for the Google form examination. Google form. Objective type questions will be there for 20 marks. Remaining 30 marks, 15 marks you have given for the projects and the activities over a period of these 2 months till your unit test is taking place. And remaining 15 marks are given on the daily basis, whatever the lessons are, the students are performing accordingly, and those marks need to be announced then and there itself in the class. So every day interest is there. Students will have to come and participate in the class, or they will lose the marks, and there is no scolding, there is no admonition from your end. So what they will do? They are coming and joining. And our teachers, what they say, participation has increased. Isn't it? What do you say?
Yes, sir.
So this is what has to be done. Every day, if you want to increase the participation, every day you want that students to learn and do something in the class, then these are the ways you have to adopt. Furthermore, we will discuss how the things will go on like this. So these are the few things, few sessions are there, but you have to find out more ways to do it. Learning management system. So we have to improve the learning management system, that we have to improve manifold. And in that, the approach of the teachers need to be changed greatly. Then only it is going to be effective. This is the next chapter now. The first chapter I have covered. I said I'll join the both the things together now. Project-based learning. Although you are making it, most of the teachers are giving the projects to make, but how it is going to be effective in your teaching, and what are the things you can add into it. After that, you are playing a role of an innovator. What is innovator? You have to find out a way. You have to teach them by heart. From your heart, things should come. See, I tell you, okay, you want to go somewhere, you are going, or anybody is going. You know your destination. Okay, I have to reach that point. And if you know your destination and you are going on the way, suddenly you say a rock fell down on the way and there is no way going across the rock. What will you do? But you have to go to your destination. You know your destination, okay, where to go, and there is no other way. What you will do? You will push the rock, you will do anything, but if it is not moving, then it's a pretty big rock. Maybe mountain has come on the way. You will climb up. You are not able to climb. Then
Then change the route.
some way, you have to do it. Okay, go this way, cross over this way. If the river is there, find out the ways how to cross over the river. Means if there is a will, there is a way. It's a saying, no? So you should know, okay, what you want to teach your children. What exactly you want to teach your children. So far we have been teaching them scoring the marks. Scoring the marks. Okay, how do you score the marks? Irrespective whether the child understood or no. Based on their marks, you assess, he's a bright student. Bright student means what? You are just checking the child's memory. He's sharp in memory. But many students, their memory is not sharp, but practically they are much better. So that system as a whole is collapsed. It's finished. And we cannot follow, we cannot continue with the same system. Although we have been taught through that system only. But things have changed. We are understanding now, we are growing. So we have to adopt the new ways, new methods, how we can proceed with. Okay. So you have to play a role of innovator and you have to show the way how things will go on. Here another video I am going to play. Teaching from heart, teaching by heart. Recently, just I think few days back, I read in the Times of India, and luckily we got a video also on YouTube. This gentleman has done in Karnataka, keeping the present situation in mind. Again, the desire of the teachers come foremost. How you people are feeling, how you people want to do something for the generation, for the good, for the students. So then it will be fine. Just have a look, a small video. Play.
इस पेड़ पर बने घर को देखकर हो सकता है कि आप इसे बच्चों की खेलने की जगह समझ बैठे हो, लेकिन इस ट्री टॉप घर की कहानी जानकर आप हैरान रह जाएंगे। इस घर के पीछे है एक खास वजह। कोरोना वायरस महामारी के चलते बहुत सी चीजें बाधित हुई। इनमें से एक थी बच्चों की पढ़ाई। जहां शहरों में बच्चे ऑनलाइन क्लासेस ले पा रहे थे, आदिवासी और गांव के बच्चे स्लो इंटरनेट कनेक्शन के चक्करों में फंसे हुए थे। ऐसी ही कहानी है कोडगु जिले के मुल्लूर गांव की। यहाँ एक स्कूल शिक्षक ने अपने छात्रों के साथ डिजिटली जुड़ने और कोविड-19 महामारी के दौरान उनकी शिक्षा की निरंतरता सुनिश्चित करने के लिए एक शानदार समाधान निकाला। वो समाधान था ये कलरफुल ट्री टॉप हाउस। जमीन से 20 फीट की ऊंचाई पर बने इस कमरे को बनाने में बांस और वेस्ट मटेरियल का इस्तेमाल किया गया है। ऊंचे आम के पेड़ पर बने इस कमरे में नेटवर्क और इंटरनेट कनेक्शन की सारी समस्या दूर हो गई है।
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ, ನಾನು ವಿದ್ಯಾಸಖಿ ಪ್ರಶಾಲೆ ಮುಳುಪಿನಲ್ಲಿ 3ನೇ ತರಗತಿ ಓದುತ್ತಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಸತೀಶ್ ಸರ್ ನಮಗೆ ದಿನಾಲು ಒಂದೊಂದು ವಿಷಯ ಕಲಿಯಲು ವಾಟ್ಸಪ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕಳಿಸುತ್ತಾರೆ. ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನು ಸಂಜೆಯವರೆಗೂ ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಬರೆದು ನಂತರ ಕಲಿತು ಅದನ್ನು ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೇವೆ. ನಂತರ ಸರ್ಗೆ ಕಳಿಸುತ್ತೇವೆ. ಸರ್ ಅದನ್ನು ಸ್ಟೇಟಸ್ಗೆ ಹಾಕಿಕೊಡುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ನಮಗೆ ಖುಷಿಯಾಗುತ್ತದೆ. ನಾವು ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಇಂಟ್ರಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ house introduce talk, meat, phone, ಟಿವಿ, ಚಾಕು, ಪ್ಲೇಟ್ ಮೊದಲಾದ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿರೋ ವಸ್ತುಗಳನ್ನು ಹಿಡಿದುಕೊಂಡು ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ವಿವರಣೆ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೇವೆ. ಅದರ ಮೂಲಕ ನಾವು ಸುಲಭವಾಗಿ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಕಲಿಯುತ್ತಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರು ನಮಗೆ ಬೆಳಗಿನ ಅವಧಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲಿಕಾಂಶದ ಮಾಹಿತಿಯನ್ನು ಒಳಗೊಂಡಿರುವ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ನ ಫೋಟೋ ಮತ್ತು ಅದನ್ನು ವಿವರಿಸುವ ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಅನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿ ಕಳಿಸುತ್ತಾರೆ. ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನು ಸಂಜೆಯವರೆಗೂ ಓದುವ ಮತ್ತು ಬರೆಯುವ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೇವೆ. ಸಂಜೆಯ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಕಲಿತಿರುವ ಅಂಶವನ್ನು ಒಬ್ಬೊಬ್ಬರಾಗಿ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೇವೆ. ಅಲ್ಲದೆ ಪ್ರತಿದಿನ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಸವಾಲುಗಳನ್ನು ನೀಡುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವುಗಳನ್ನು ಕಲಿತು ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಮಾಡಿ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರಿಗೆ ಕಳುಹಿಸುತ್ತೇವೆ. ಇದು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಆಸಕ್ತಿಯಿಂದ ಕೂಡಿರುತ್ತದೆ. ಪ್ರತಿದಿನ ಸವಾಲುಗಳನ್ನು ಕುತೂಹಲದಿಂದ ಎದುರು ನೋಡುತ್ತಿರುತ್ತೇವೆ.
इस आइडिया के पीछे है CS सतीश मुल्लूर के गवर्नमेंट लोअर प्राइमरी स्कूल में शिक्षक हैं। वे पहली कक्षा से 5वीं कक्षा तक के छात्रों के लिए क्लासेस लेते हैं। कोविड-19 महामारी और उसके परिणाम स्वरूप हुए लॉकडाउन के कारण बच्चों की शिक्षा बाधित हुई थी। ऐसे में आदिवासी और फर्स्ट जनरेशन पढ़ाई करने वाले बच्चों के बीच फैसिलिटी की भारी कमी को देखते हुए उन तक शिक्षा पहुंचाना सुनिश्चित कर रहे हैं सतीश।
ನಾನು ಬಿಂದು ಮುಳ್ಳೂರು ಸರ್ಕಾರಿ ಶಾಲೆಯ STMC ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷೆ. ನನ್ನ ಮಗಳು ಶ್ರೀಷ್ಮೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 3ನೇ ತರಗತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಓದ್ತಿದ್ದಾಳೆ. ಕೊರೋನಾ ಸಂಕಷ್ಟ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲೂ ನಮ್ಮ ಶಾಲೆಯ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರು ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಕಲಿಕೆಯನ್ನು ಮುಂದುವರಿಸುತ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಮೂಲಕ ವಾಟ್ಸಪ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಬರೆಸುವುದು, ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಕಳಿಸುವುದು, ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಕಲಿಕೆಯ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಮನೆಯ ಪರಿಚಯ ಕಳಿಸುವುದು, ಮತ್ತು ಕುಟುಂಬಸ್ಥರ ಪರಿಚಯ, ಸಾಕು ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳ ಪರಿಚಯ, ಇವುಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಮಾಡಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ತಿರುಗಿ ಮಾಸ್ಟ್ರಿಗೆ ಕಳಿಸ್ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹಂಗೆ ಕಲಿಕೆಗಳು ಮುಂದುವರಿತಾನೆ ಉಂಟು. ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಅವರು ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ರೂಮ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಥರನೇ ಮಾಡಿ ಕಳಿಸ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಮುಳ್ಳೂರು ಗ್ರಾಮಸ್ಥರ ಪರವಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಈ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರಿಗೆ
सतीश सिलेबस के आगे जाकर बच्चों को इंग्लिश, गणित और कन्नड़ भी पढ़ाते हैं। बच्चों तक शिक्षा पहुंचाने के जुनून ने ही उन्हें आउट ऑफ बॉक्स सोचने पर प्रोत्साहित किया और यह अनोखा ट्री हाउस बना दिया।
Now you see, in this video, the teacher has taken an initiative of his own. Although he is not using many new techniques what we are discussing now, but see his initiative. He has gone to that extent. He made a tree house classroom in his own village. So what happens? Once you leave the traditional way and start thinking out of box, whatever your mind frame is there, if you are just stuck up with the same and trying to do the thing, no, we have been taught like this, so we will do that like this only, result will not come. You have to come out of your box and then think. The world is open to you. You cannot say anything. The world is open to you, and then you have to think openly and find out the ways, because you are determined, you are innovator, you are playing a role of innovator. You have to find out the ways how this learning will take place, how the teaching will take place. So this is the most important part. You have to keep in your mind. Okay, now forget about the traditional methods of teaching. You have to find out new ways, new methods with technology, okay, how you can make your teaching effective. Very important. Okay, this is the thing. So far we have been doing it. We don't allow them to think out of box. When they come to the class, we curve them in the same style, same frame of mind. They start thinking, they start working, and that is how they grow. Whereas by nature the children want to learn with their own way. You see here, cramming information into little brains. The child is not much interested to learn what you are teaching in the class, but forcefully, like you must have seen in the horses, they are put the covers from both the sides. Similar cases, although it is not visible, this side covers, but this is what we are doing with the students. We don't allow them to see here and there, and we just tell them, no, this is the way, this is only the way, do it like this, do it like this, and we don't allow them to play. Whereas the one child is trying to go out and he wants to see the natural things flying, what is happening outside. No, you come here, we will just pour you everything in your mind. And what the children do? Understood? Zero, nothing. We must have seen in the video, previous video. So it is good for nothing. The way we have been teaching is not effective at all. Okay, now comes, see what happens. Rote learning. Rote learning is what? Bloom's taxonomy. What it should be? Memorize little bit, understand, then apply knowledge, and then create, evaluate, analysis. Bloom's taxonomy. And see the other side, what we have been doing. Memorization part is how much? Maximum. And then understanding, little less, little bit they understand. What when they have memorized, little bit they understand. And how about the application part? Apply knowledge? Much lesser than that. And then creativity and evaluation and analysis, very less. The memorization part is more in our today's present education system. And whereas in the Bloom's taxonomy now, you see the memorization part is this much, understanding is this much, application of knowledge is much more than whatever you have learned. Without application, learning is incomplete. You must apply whatever you have learned. And this is what I very often say, knowing is knowing and doing is doing. And there is a great difference between knowing and doing. If you know something, you must apply. Similar is the case with the children. If children are learning something, ask them how much they have applied in their life. Application part is a very crucial and important. How much they have applied in their life, that plays major role. So this is what the Bloom's taxonomy now, and further we will see okay, it has changed to how it has been changed. Noun to verb form. 1956, what was the system they had? Knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis and evolution. Now in 2001 it has come to remember, learn, then again understand, then application part, apply, analysis, and then evaluate and create. Some changes they have done, more or less the pyramid remains same, ladder remains same. Now further we will see the 7 deadly sins of education system. What are the sins they have in the education system? 7 deadly sins. Knowledge without wisdom. You impart knowledge, no wisdom. Then profit without morality. By any way you earn the profit, no morals. By hook or crook. Teaching without compassion. We are not compassionate. We don't feel empathy. We are just teaching because it is our job to teach, so we are teaching. There has to be passion in your teaching. You have to understand that you are playing the most important role in building the next generation, new society. Teachers play very, very important, most important role. You cannot come to a school just for time pass. You have to be serious. You have to be passionate. You have to think that your future is in your hands. The parents have given this amana in your hand to train them. Then it is, you have to find out the ways how to nurture their talent, how to find out their talent and how to proceed with. Then competition without respect, learning without reflection, curriculum without relevance. Curriculum we have, but does it have any relevance in the practical life? How much relevance we have? Just learning for the sake of learning, we are learning. For the sake of teaching, we are teaching. But it doesn't have a relevance in current life. And many schools in the other countries, they don't follow this kind of system what we have. It's a totally different. Service without conscience. They do service but no conscience. Then our children, what happens with this type of education system? What happens? Our children are neither getting educated nor left uneducated. They are rather miseducated with this education system. What does it mean? They are confused a lot. They get confused what to do. And actually if you see that after passing out graduation or degree or doing their engineering or any professional course, then they learn how to live. Although internship is there in certain courses, but that internship is quite insufficient as far as your teaching is concerned. So what happens next is we have to see what else we can do it. See, this is a system, reflection where you can see what we teach. क्या सिखा रहे हैं बच्चों को, हाउ वी टीच, किस तरीके से सिखा रहे हैं, एंड हाउ वी असेस. Although sequence is like this, but out of this the most important is how we assess the students. This part, how we assess the students, is the most crucial and important. We must know why we are assessing and how we are assessing. If you are assessing all the students equally on the marks basis, then you are not doing justice. you will not get the real picture what the students are doing. The method of assessment has to be decided first. Okay, what exactly we have to assess? Learning has to be assessed, or something different has to be assessed, or marks has to be assessed. If that particular concept is clear in our minds, then it becomes effective in the sense, okay, what we are teaching, then it comes the how we teach. Then you will think our assessment that the child should learn and practice it. Then you will think how to teach. You will find out a way. Every child's psychology is different. Every child is different from each other. It may take some time to impart education properly, to tell them how effectively you can learn and what are the methods we can adopt, and how the child will learn, that you will have to explain them. Certain ways we have already told you. What is the flipped learning, that I'll come to it. That is also very effective. So we must know how we are going to assess the students in their learning, in their teaching, and then you will come to know how we teach certain things. And what we teach, it is already given in the curriculum, so that is not very much relevance. So important is how we teach and how we assess is the most crucial and important part, right? So let us see, next is paradigm shift. The teachers have to shift their paradigm. You have to come out of your old system, old mindset. You have to make a mindset of a friendly environment. You have to play a role of a friend in the class, where the children are free with respect. With respect, they are free. Not that at the cost of the teacher's respect. They can discuss with you, you can laugh with them, you can crack jokes with them, you can have some humor in it. So many things can be done. So this is the way. And the teaching has to change. Teaching system has to change. Now what we have to do is, you see, down is the remembering, learning part. How much you can memorize it. Memorize part is very little. Understanding is little more than memorization part. What is the most important part in this is application and analysis. How much you are applying in your life, in your day-to-day work, in your practical life, and how much you are analyzing it. The emphasis has to be on this system, then the quality will come. And then further, it is evaluation part for one more step, and then creation part, one more step further. So pyramid becomes something like this. The maximum emphasis has to be on application and analysis rather than on this remembering, understanding. No understanding. You understand? Yes. Understanding, nothing. Application part, you have to see whatever has been taught to you, how much you have applied. And application will come by doing. So we have to involve them by doing it. Isn't it? Then the application will come. Merely teaching, delivering lecture, writing notes, taking dictation, no, that is the old method. It is gone. You cannot dictate them anything. You cannot teach them as you have been teaching them. You cannot come to the class and explain the lesson and I have finished the portion. No. There are certain methodologies which we will discuss now. How you have to change your pattern of teaching and how you will cover up your portion. Even the students will not come to know that the lesson is covered. It is so interesting. So, a teaching by heart activity, which one you agree to disagree with, comment. You cannot teach everything you want to. You cannot teach everything you know. You can only teach what you are. I cannot transfer my knowledge, whatever I have in me. I can tell you only what I am. Isn't it? Same is the case with all the teachers. Teaching is about building relationship, and that means it is a teaching from the heart to touch hearts. You cannot be very formal in the class. Let the students feel, yes, teacher is mine and she is paying a very special attention to me. And this is what the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he has given the impression to all the Sahabas, that everybody feels, yes, he loves me the most. And one of the Sahabi asked me even once, he was expecting that he will tell that it is I. He asked the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, whom you love the most? He said, Hazrat Aisha radhiyallahu anha. So then he got little this thing. Then he said, can thereafter, uska baap, his father, Abu Bakr radhiyallahu anhu. So likewise, then after 2-3 names, the Sahabi didn't ask him, maybe I am at the last. The Prophet cannot tell lies. He said the same thing. So this is how you have to be, let every child feel that you love that child the most. He is your favorite student. He or she is your favorite student. So the moment you succeed in creating this impression, you are successful. Then you will see whatever you say, and not even telling, they will just try to know, my teacher wants this, they will do it automatically. They will do it like this. But you have to build up that relationship. You have to come to their standard. You have to see that students start learning you, start loving you, and they feel, yes, teacher is mine. And whatever teacher wants, they will give you. They are open, they are very innocent. So that is kind of affection, that kind of treatment you have to give them. You have to build that rapport with the students, then it will be successful. Changing attitudes, we have to change the attitude also. Can we change the teacher's attitude towards children? What made you change your attitude? Real life experience, not text from books. How do we bring in our classrooms? Remember, values are caught, not taught. People listen and accept those whom they value and trust. Let's internalize the values that we preach and develop a strong image and strong values for ourselves. Develop relationship as a friend, a mentor, a confidant, a well-wisher. This is the objective you should have. Okay? And remember one thing, children don't listen what we say. They don't follow what we say. They follow what you do. They see practically doing, you and their parents, they follow that. You may say anything, okay, don't do this, don't do this, don't do, but whereas if you yourself are doing the things, child will never improve. They watch very carefully. They are minute observers, particularly of their parents and the teachers. Teacher is the second role model. And they follow it. Many students, and here we have the live example of Abdul Bari sir, isn't it? Many students started following his style last year also. So that is kind of treatment you have to give to your students. Okay, they start following you. Then it becomes important. Read aloud, everybody. The secret to being a successful teacher is to accept in a very personal way the responsibility for each student's success or failure. Those who do take personal responsibility for their students' success or failure produce higher achieving students. What do you understand with this? For their success, you feel yourself responsible. I am here to guide them. I have to make them succeed in life. I have to make them come up. If you own the relationship, own the responsibility, then things will change. Your paradigm will shift. And you will see from a different perspective, from a different view. And the things will come in a better manner, inshallah. Now let us see the methodologies. There are many. Few are mentioned here, and many more methodologies are there. But mainly we are based on now this flipped classrooms and activity-based, project-based learning. These are the things. But putting together all these methodologies, then it becomes a blended learning. Blended learning is mix of everything. So let me explain a few. Like cooperative learning is there. Cooperative learning is what? See, in the Zoom, there is a facility of breaking out rooms, breakout rooms. There are certain conditions how you will make the break rooms. And cooperative learning is something that you are making a group of small students small groups of students and putting them together, giving some any work, so they discuss among themselves, they cooperate with each other and come out with some solution. That is known as cooperative learning. Cooperative learning is a successful teaching strategy in which small teams, each with students of different ability levels, above average, average and below average, use a variety of learning activities to improve their understanding of a subject. So that means again the discussion they like most, as we have seen in the previous survey. Through discussion they learn a lot. So you can give them certain activities, certain part in different groups of your class and let them do it, and then let them come out. And whoever is coming, the child whoever is coming and doing it, the flipped classrooms, instead of watching a lecture and doing homework, students learn at home and practice at school. See, flipped learning is nothing but the system is changed. Here the system is changed in the sense, in normal traditional method so far we have been doing it, we are teaching the lessons to the students, they are going home and they are doing the homework after learning the lesson. Now here the things have got reversed. Flipped learning. What is flipped learning? They will learn at home, they will understand at home, they will come to the class, discuss and apply. Application part, analysis part will be done in the school. School in the sense online class. And to make them learn and understand the subject at home, you have to give them some activity, which I have told you in the previous lecture also. Beforehand you are going to teach this lesson, learn it or do some activity like this and come to the class. What happens? By doing the activity or any particular thing, if they are doing it, more than 50% or say 75% they understand the concept. Now what is remaining? When they come to the class, they know how the things will be done, because it is a practical learning. Practically they are doing certain things and learning the things. It can be a project also, it can be an activity also, or now the things are changed in a different manner. You can send any video, download any video from Khan Academy or the YouTube relevant to your topic, which is covering the contents, not necessarily the textbook contents. Textbook contents is now useless. Useless in the sense that they don't have to mug up the things and write in the examination. Rather, they should develop a ability to express in their own words whatever they have learned. And once they come to the class and you open up this discussion, okay, who will tell me this is the project I gave you, who will explain? So automatically the students will raise hand. And in the groups you have to ensure that all the students get chance one by one. Not that only few students, smart students only keep on speaking. So this is what, and when it comes to the the student is explaining, so it becomes student-led teaching. What is this? Student-led teaching. Then backward teaching. What is backward teaching? What is the backward teaching? Not old pattern. Old pattern is gone. Backward teaching is something, you give the questions. Lesson you have not covered. You give the questions and ask them to find out from the lesson. उल्टा हम लोग क्या करते थे पहले so far? Then questions. Now it is backward. Give them the questions, find out the answer in the book. Will they go through it or no? And then if you apply this appreciation part, reward system, interest will increase. No comparison with anybody. You have to compete with yourself. No humiliation also. So they will take more interest and they will come to learning part. So this is called backward learning. So flipped classroom is something like this. Student teaching is the same, which I just now explained you. In this time method, students are given a concept to be learned and are asked to go through the entire concept or study and then explain the same to the entire class in extreme details. What it basically means is the students become the teacher, teaching it is the class. Technology driven classroom. Technology driven classrooms are the one that uses the most ultra modern technology for teaching and learning. See, hybrid classrooms part, that technologically we have to improve the classrooms. Technologically we have to improve the classrooms, we have to digitalize the classrooms. Then only the things will come to control. This helps students to explore and learn beyond the dimensions of the textbook. Once they do it and learn, it is more practical, and they learn it by, and some of the activities you do it in 3rd standard, 4th standard, you give the seeds to the students, okay, plantation part, and they bring it in the trays, isn't it? You do it, some activities are there, but now here the system is completely changing, and you have to find out the ways. Each lesson you have to study, you have to refer to the sites. Internet is in your hand, the whole world is in your hands, rather everybody's hand, so you have to keep the books open, world is open to them, and let them do whatever they want, right? Z to A approach, ulta. What is this Z to A approach? This approach attempts to explain the application part of a particular concept first. The teacher should explain the application of a particular concept first and explain the effect of such application. Z to A means what? In simple words, I'll explain you that anything is there in the lesson next, you know. So you find out the activity or the project based on the next lesson which you are going to teach in the class, and give it to them. Okay, do it this and come to class. So then by doing, and you can give them the reference. You can go through the book, or you can send some videos also, refer this and come to the class. Then they will go through it completely, they will understand the concepts, and when they come here, so what you have to do? They have already understood, they have done the project. You have to just discuss and clear the doubts of other students through students. You have to play a role of facilitator. You have to just tell them, okay, you do it this way instead of doing this, or this is correct, this is somehow, it has to be like this. You have to be just observer. And it becomes interest based, because practically they are doing and learning, and that will last. Memorization part, whatever I learned in 10th standard, 12th standard, I don't remember what other things are there. But doing the thing something, which I did the science practicals in my lab in 12th standard, let it be vernier caliber or the microscopy way, I still remember. This is the case with everyone. Practically whatever you do, it remains in your memory, whereas the learning part, it vanishes, it goes off. Storyboarding system, this is also one of the techniques. You can go through it on the websites. Role play and scenario analysis based teaching, and then inquiry based learning. It is more effective teaching strategy than traditional methods. Inquiry implies involvement that leads to understanding. Steps: students need to frame the questions to be inquired. Research the same in the class time under the teacher's guidance. Students have to present what they have learned. Now students reflect on what worked about the process and what didn't. Research, right? Inquiry based means you can give the question and tell the students, okay, find out the answer. For example, you say, okay, tell me what is the weather cycle in the nature. So they will go to the book or videos or whatever they like, and they will find out the weather cycle. Rain, how it comes, that water cycle is there. So many things. Likewise, you have to think something in each activity and give them the kind of work that is called inquiry based. You have the question beforehand, find out the answer. Okay, and you have to give them the clue, okay, from where you will get this, from where this you will get this, because they are small kids, they don't know. Maybe from the textbook also, maybe from the YouTube, or you can send a video. In this video itself, so many things are there. One paragraph is there, languages for example. So far we have been doing a paragraph is given, then below these questions are given, and you have to find out the answer. Now you give them the paragraph, okay, make the 5 questions and send on this paragraph. So what they will do? Now they will read the passage with understanding, and then they will frame the questions. So involvement is coming, and automatic learning will take place. They will try to understand the passage also. This is also one way. Photograph is there. You can inquiry based learning it is. Okay, you can tell them, okay, what are the methods you can adopt, because this is slope is there. So how you can make this thing farming field where the water should stay, whether we should make a slopes horizontally or vertically, how it should be like. So this is how something can be done. Quickly we will just have a look on the video.
The flipped classroom is a new method of teaching that is turning the traditional classroom on its head. Every day, thousands of teachers deliver the exact same lesson in class to millions of students. Every night, millions of students sit over the exact same homework, trying to figure out how to solve it. The flipped classroom is turning this upside down. Traditionally, students listen to lectures and take tests in class, and read textbooks and work on problem sets at home. In flipped teaching, students first study the topic by themselves, typically using video lessons on YouTube, and then apply the knowledge by solving problems and doing practical work in class. Modern schools who flipped their classroom report many benefits. 1. It allows all students to learn at their own pace, as videos can be watched again. 2. It's more efficient, as students enter the classroom prepared to contribute. 3. It enriches the classroom, as more time can be spent on group work and projects. 4. Doing homework in class allows students to help each other, which benefits both the advanced and less advanced learners. Flipping also brings changes for teachers. Traditionally, teachers engage most with the confident students who ask questions. Flipping allows teachers to target the students who really need help, instead of just those who are confident. Also, instead of instructing from the front, teachers guide on the side. This allows them to work more closely with individuals or small groups. Teachers that are not great presenters can use third-party videos to explain the concept and focus on methods of teaching that suit their style, such as project work or experiments. Once video lectures are made available online, teachers don't need to give the same lecture over and over again. Again, they gain more time to focus on the needs of their class. Many scholars also argue that the flipped classroom model promotes equal learning opportunities, as all kids get the same attention when doing their homework. Currently, kids with caring parents, older siblings at home, or expensive private tutors have a clear advantage over those who don't. Let us know what you think. If you were a teacher, tell us if this model would be possible in your classroom. If you were a student, let us know if you would prefer learning in a flipped classroom.
Black box thinking. What is black box? Anybody knows? What is black box? Harish, you should know, you are all teachers. What is black box?
Maybe board all the children who are lacking in something.
No, it is not like that. Black box is the recorder which is kept in the cockpit of the aircraft. Aeroplane. Okay, that is called black box. And what is the color of the black box?
Black.
It is not black. It's not even red. It's orange in color. So, black box thinking is what? See, the travel industry, this is the safest mode of travel is by air now. Out of 10 lakhs flights, one crash or some accident is taking place. How? What is the method they adopt? Any crash or any accident takes place, immediately they find out what is the reason for the crash, whose lapse it was, what was the mistake, whether it was pilots or the machines or anything. So they find out the things and they share it among themselves extensively. Okay, this is a mistake. If one aircraft crashed anywhere in the world, every airport, every pilot, every crew, everybody will know why the crash took place, and we must not repeat this mistake. That is the funda that they have succeeded. Any mistake took place anywhere, they corrected everywhere. So with that mistake, another accident will not take place. Okay, so that is the magic, you can say. Similarly, this magic we have to apply in our teaching system. Whatever we have learned, whatever we have we must share it among ourselves, our schools, our teachers. And once everybody gets adopted to it, they get adapted to change, then quality of education will go up. So this is the way we have to do it. We have to share our knowledge, and wherever is possible, whatever you can contribute to any other person, you can do it. Nobody will take away your talent. You will remain what you are. But if somebody is able to improve with your efforts, you can treat it as charity, and you can treat it as a good gesture from your end, whatever it could be. Let's see, note down these two websites from where you will get the maximum content about the education system. www.pblworks.org, and number 2 is www.edutopia.org. These two websites are very important. You just visit it and you will come to know the projects, syllabus, and so many things you will come to know about this type of teaching. Did it make any sense? Yes. Some clarity is there. So paradigm shift, we have to do it. You have to go in a different frame of mind and take initiative, be innovative, come out of the box. Do it, inshallah result will come. Thank you very much. Jazakallahu khair.